list of things we want to accomplish in the next 4 years, but I just do appreciate it, and I appreciate the work that we've done with administration. It's been, last couple of years, just been great to get things done and to move forward, so
I'll second that.
thank to all of you. Agenda item 4.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 5:04 p.m., the regular meeting of the council be adjourned to a confidential in-camera meeting. Move this seconder, please. Gary and Randy. In favor? Sure. Okay, we got
I love this one.
got it? Okay, agenda item 5.1, the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 6:35 p.m., that the confidential in-camera meeting is concluded, the regular meeting of council is resumed. Move and second, please. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Agenda item 6.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to approve as presented the minutes from the September 28th, 2020 regular meeting of council, and that these minutes be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Could I have a mover and a second here, please? Dean? Gary? All in favor? Carried. Okay. Agenda item 7.1, whereas the town of Kindersley resolves to provide a fair and reasonable rate of remuneration for elected officials serving as mayor or councillor, whereas the mayor and councillor shall receive a monthly salary for required attendance at duly or specially called council and committee meetings and various community events, and whereas in addition to the duly resolved monthly salary, the mayor and councillor shall also be entitled to submit for payment by the town a per diem for any travel and meal expenses for required attendance at out-of-town functions or meetings in accordance with those most recent provincially approved travel and meal rates. Whereas the elected council shall set the remuneration for the incoming mayor and council in the 4th year of a council term by resolution of council at a regular meeting prior to the municipal election. Then that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to set the rates of remuneration for the 2020 to 2024 term as follows: Mayor $2,500 a month, councillors $850 per month, and deputy mayor $1,100 per month. I'll maybe speak to that. Audrey and I talked about this. We went back and looked at what was done, and for probably about 8 years previous, there was never a deputy mayor, but the councillors always got $850 a month. And in the October meeting before we went in, there was a motion that they changed all the councillors to $750 a month and put the deputy mayor at $1,000 instead of $850. So in fact, they lowered the total costs by $350 a month or something like that. So this is just a proposal. If anybody has any comments on it, it's basically putting things back to where they were pretty well before, with the exception of the deputy mayor.
Here nor there to me, but
Sorry?
I say it doesn't mean anything to me.
I could care less too. That being said, I did think about it and I saw the comments. There's definitely like a lot of the, not all of us necessarily, including myself, put in as much time as some of the others do on projects here. I don't hear anybody really complaining about that. But I think you, Rod, put in more time than anybody and deal with some stressful bullshit. And you're the oldest guy here, even older than me, so I just think, well, I just want everybody to know I'm still the rook in a way, but no, I'm just saying I think that you're, I think that you deserve a bump of some sort, whether you want or no. Sorry?
Mine's not a bump, it's always been there.
Okay, well, whatever, I would just say.
The only change is the councillors are up $100 a month, the
Yeah.
deputy mayor up $100 a month. Is
Yeah.
what the proposal is. The other thing I would
I
point
think
out
just
is
keep mine the
that
same.
I think so, you bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave ours what it
doesn't
was
matter,
before.
whatever, this is for discussion.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's, I mean, I would do this without a pay, so. You could leave mine at $7.50 or.
If
I'm okay
everybody's
leaving it at
happy with
$7.50.
leaving it exactly the way it is, we're totally fine with that.
Yeah, I don't really even, I'm fine.
I'm fine with that too, but I still feel that you put more time in here than anybody, but that's your call.
No,
We'll just
that's-
give it all the true away. Yeah.
Audrey, can you do cash?
Okay, so.
I'd be up for that.
Audrey, do you want me to just to change this? motion?
Yeah, so just,
I'm gonna change it, the item 2 is $750 and item 3 is $1,000.
yeah,
And the other thing I will point out is most of the other councils in the past 8 years, a lot of them charge per diems for meetings and stuff. I'm pretty happy we agreed right from the get-go that we wouldn't charge any per diems, and there has not been one per diem paid in the past 4 years for extra meetings and stuff, which is, I think that's something to be proud of, quite frankly.
What is that, Rod, anyway, just out of
Well,
curiosity?
if,
No, I know what it is, but what amount is it? I know the
what is
RMs
it,
get.
$85 for half day and $170 for
I
full
think
days?
I think it's 70 and 150.
70 and 150 for half and full.
I know the
Or
regional park,
75 and 150, something like that.
regional park members, they get paid to come to our meetings, you know, and I always found that a little interesting, but, yeah.
Yeah, we said right off the beginning that we would not do that, and we just have not done it, which is good. If everybody is happy with leaving everything the way it is right now, I would like to move around a second. Dean? Randy? All in favor? Everything stays the same. Agenda item 8.1, that the council of the town of Kinnersby resolves to accept as submitted the list of accounts as paid by the town of Kinnersby in the amount of $1,169,017.86, and that a copy of said accounts be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Pass it over to you, Audrey. Any inquiries or anything?
No, I didn't. And if I did, I apologize, I didn't see it, but I don't think I any.
Actually, 600,000 is a progress payment for the lagoon, and 350 is the school tax remit.
Pretty
So
much
that-
eat it up.
That takes care of most of it right there, besides the regular payroll deductions and our sewer maintenance. It looks like we got done. That was
Yeah.
our annual flush outs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was 30,000. There's a gravel bill in there that was for.
No, that was for just our stockpile that we use in
Oh.
certain areas like down by Kelly's and,
25,000-30,000
Yeah.
there, so.
yeah, we had depleted our stockpile, so.
Other than that, there's not too much exciting in that list, so.
I do have one, just that
Yeah.
Merlin Electronics fire cell phone maintenance or MTCE, it's 17.
I'd have to go pull that, he probably did maintenance on one cell phone, but there was probably other stuff in there as well, and that's the only thing that went in there. So, there's no way that that's what that cost was, do you know what I mean? There's probably 10 invoices, and that's the only
Okay.
one that pulled onto the list, yeah.
What's the TNT Power Group?
They do our annual maintenance on all of our generators at all the facilities, so the CN
Do you want me to
Reservoir,
print
all of our lift stations, the water treatment plant, we have one here at the town office, the fire hall has one, so, yeah, so they come and they do maintenance at all the locations.
And it's not much every year.
Sometimes that one, he would have probably had some work that he did to it as well. But, they only come out one time a year to test everything, do all of that.
Is that
So
the
we have
lift
issues.
stations too then?
Yeah, all of our lift stations, like the Rosedale lift station, the industrial lift station, and the Highway 721 junction lift station as well.
Those things ever run in a year?
They do
How
when
many
the
hours?
power goes down, for sure, they do
Like
kick in, like
10
even we were
hours?
at the fire hall one day when the power went
Oh,
in
not
and
even.
generator popped up, but, honestly, not a lot. The one that does count, like Rosedale, when our Rosedale lift station goes down, we need that generator immediately, otherwise we need back trucks there. So there is certain places, fire hall, like that's set up as our EMO center, so that's why they have, and we have the generator here at the town office when it was connected to the fire hall as well, because it served both buildings. So it still serves the other building.
It does?
Yeah.
I was wondering why it was so big.
Yeah, yeah, it serves both buildings.
These meetings are important.
But the water treatment plant, that one, like if we were to have a power outage for, a long period of time, it would be fairly important for us to be able to continue treating water, so,
Yeah, and for clarification, it used to be a backup diesel pump in there,
yeah.
but now with, the variable drives and everything they have, it's all, electronics. So then they just have a great big generator and just retire the diesel pump.
Yeah.
Oh, nat gas.
Yeah, the one at the CN Reservoir is diesel. And then the one industrial lift station is propane. So. Otherwise, they're all natural gas.
If there's no further questions, council, could I get a mover and a seconder for the approval of the payments? Please, Dean. Second, Gary. All in favor? Okay. Proclamation here, agenda item 9.1. Whereas the council of the town of Kindersley is committed to waste reduction, resource conservation, and community education for sustainable living, and whereas council recognizes that losing waste to disposal and as litter are local and global threats to the environment, therefore I, Rod Perkins, Mayor of the town of Kindersley, do hereby proclaim October 19th to the 25th, 2020 as Waste Reduction Week throughout this community, and that council encourages residents to join them in taking action to reduce our waste and support a circular economy. I have a mover and a seconder. Rob, Chris, all in favor? Agenda item 10.1, that the council of town of Kindersley approves the consent agenda, including basically all correspondence from the RCMP, their September stats, Sask Water, the September 2020 operational report, CN 2020 community report, and the Kindersley Chamber of Commerce, their October 7th, 2020 minutes. We'll point out that we had a meeting with the staff sergeant last week, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Audrey and I met with our sergeant and had a nice visit. Talk. He's got a couple of initiatives that he is going to be working with the administration on. Just basically some things within the community to promote. Think anything else? So can I get a mover and a seconder for that resolution? Ready? Okay. Thank you. All in favor? Okay. Finally, 14.1, that the council of town of Kindersley resolves that all business having been concluded, the October 13th, 2020 regular meeting of council be adjourned at 6:45 p.m. Mover, seconder. Chris, all in favor? Yeah, I'd just like to thank the 5 members of council that allowed their names to stand for another 4-year term. And additionally, we'll have Warren Schaefer joining us in November 16th. It's been really great working with the the council that we have here. I think we've accomplished a lot of things in the last 4 years. We set some goals and objectives and managed to tick most of them off. We would also certainly be remiss if we did not thank administration for the great cooperation that we've had. The last 2 years, 2.5 years have been really great. We all get along very well, and it's been a real pleasure working with everybody.